Welcome to Trading Lounge and the US indices. We're looking at the S&P and the Nasdaq in terms of Elliott wave and trading levels. And starting with S&P here on the daily chart as a bearish count, we've got intermediate wave 3 here, then A wave, B wave and C wave of intermediate wave 4 here. And we're looking for 5 waves from wave B to wave C here of minute degree. So we have minute degree 1 here, minute degree 2 here, and we're looking for the third wave to the downside. So as you know, we've also got a bullish count as well, and we'll be looking at that today as well. So with the bearish count here, let's just drill in here a little bit further and go to the 4-hour chart. So we're looking down here at 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for wave 1, an A wave here, an A and a B and a C and a D and an E here, triangle for wave B here, and then we're looking for 5 waves up here for wave C. So in this instance here, we're past our target area here. Our 61.8% is on the above part of the rectangle box here, so we've moved through that. And one of the things that we were looking at here to distinguish between a bullish count and a bearish count here was getting support on top of really the 61.8% mark here, which we can gravitate to the closest largest number, and that would be 2750. So we need to see now how this market's going to react. So in terms of well, I might just go to the hourly chart to explain this a little bit in here. So this scenario here where I've got wave 1 here, an A wave here, then an A and a B and a C and a D and an E here for wave B, and then looking up for wave 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and moving up for 5 here. I think there can be one more little move in here, but there may not be as well, but look, we can look at that further. But one of the main things here was that if the 2750 here became a tested support, now even though that it's traveled above here, it hasn't come back and tested it. Okay, obviously it's strong, but it's run out of breath on, you know, close to the close and all the rest of it, but it hasn't come back and tested that yet. It is sitting on this particular trend line through here for the time being. And I think from this little move here from wave 4 here moving up into wave 5 here, I think there is one more little move through here. So I can't actually turn bullish just yet because I don't have a trade set up here. Yes, we looked at being bullish above the top of group 1 here, so with the trading levels we've got 2700 and then we've got 10, 20 and 30, so that makes up group 1, and if we get support on group 1, well then we can trade up to the 50. So we looked at doing that in here, so that's played out nicely as far as that goes. But let's just go in here and have a look at the tick chart here for a moment. So you see from wave 4 here, low here, we can see we've got a nice wave 1 here and 2 here, and then we've got this nice long third wave here. So yeah, I just think there's one more, I can't draw on this side of the tick chart here, I just think that there's one more little move to be had in here for wave, because the extensions in wave 3 here, wave 1 and wave 5 can be the same length. So yeah, there can be one more little move here, and also too, because that came down sharp here, we may end up seeing this come down. I don't want to put wave 4 here, I want to put it over here because I think there can be one more little move here before a move up here. We're not going to go short here unless we get the 2750 as the resistance here. And I didn't get the trade set up sitting on the 50 for a longer trade to continue up here. This number here is going to be if this moves, if this has a little A, B and C correction here and then has one more little move up through here, it's very difficult to go along here as well, because we'll be at the end of the 5-wave structure of wave 1 here, wave 2 here, wave 3 here, and wave 4 either to here, or I think it can be just one more here, and then this distance up here will be much the same as wave 1 there, so it's not going to go very far. And the number here, the 2772 here, this is all part of group 2 here, so we've got group 1 here, and then we've got the midpoint, and then we've got group 2 here, the 65, 72 and the 80. And I know this number here, when we get to 772, is a real sort of game stopper when you get all the 7s together, or 2s. These numbers can be arranged in any way, but they always seem to play a really strong part. So let's just see how this finishes off here before we call this in as the top of wave 2 here, or if we're looking at wave C of 2, or we need to look at this as part of a wave 3 move up here. So if this level here becomes this support here, this number here, then we can look at being long at that point. Otherwise we need this 2750 here to be retested. So we don't quite have a setup for this just yet. On the bullish side of things, we were using this chart here, and this is how this can look at in this particular way here. And yeah, so wave A, wave B here, and then 1 and 2 and 3 here. Oops, my 4's disappeared, must have borrowed it from over here. Come back in here. And wave 5 for 2 here, then up for 1 here and back for 2, up for 1 and back for 2, and then all the way up for the 3rd wave here, back for the 4th wave here, and then the 5th, continuing to move to the upside here. So look, it's possible. We've kept this count in play. I thought we could eliminate this count if we had a move below this low here or this low here, but we didn't get that, and this move down through here was in 3 waves, so we can play that out too. So this has always been here, as you know, and it can still be that way. So I was hoping this all would have been resolved with the bear market at this point here, so we could have moved this, but it's not the case. I simply can't move it at this particular stage, so we need to just stay with this for the moment. And on wave on a smaller chart here, 2-hour chart, we've got same thing again, wave 1 here, wave 2 here, wave 1 and 2 here, and then counting this differently through here, using this low here as 1 and 2 in here, and 3 and 4 and 5 coming into here. There'll be one more little move here. But this market, as a bullish market, should really stay above the 2750 area here. So once again, we will pull back into this space. So we just need to see how this moves back from wave 3 to 4 here. If it's in 3 waves, well, sure, then we can look to go long in here. And move up to the 28, get out. We'll have to wait for a correction at that point, and then move back in. So just a little bit unfortunate, but on Friday I hope you got that bullish move, that trigger that we put in there. The Nasdaq is pretty much in the same sort of position in terms of working through a bearish count and a bullish count. So in this instance here, from the top here, we can look at this as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for wave A or wave 1, and then looking at this, we could count this the same as the S&P 500. We could even put this over here and have the B wave where little wave 2 is here, but I think this is quite a nice fit here as well. So from wave B here, wave 1 and 2 here, nice 3rd wave up here, 4th wave here, and a 5th wave here. A little bit more to go in this space here, but I can see some of the Nasdaq stocks moving higher, such as Facebook and Etsy that were long in. They can move higher So the bullish count that we've got for the S&P is the same for this market here as well. But once again, this little, we just have to wait for this to finish here. And in this case here, the 7,200, another 72 number here, needs to resolve out as support or resistance. So, you know, we need to see this play out around this level here as a corrective, well, either support or resistance. And once again, we'll see that come down either, you know, in this here and then the support here. But at this stage we've just really arrived here. We haven't seen the correction across this level here like we've seen at the 100. We need to see that at the 200 and then get the setup for either being long here or short over here in this case here. So there's not much I can say or do out of this. We just really need to wait. Because the momentum for this, because when Friday closes strong, then we normally see Monday follow through on that. So we can see that high, and we'll probably see that that follow through on those stocks that I've mentioned, like Facebook and Etsy and so on. So that will reflect back into this market here, but we still need to see it resolve at this level. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in. Cheers.